Yeah, Stranger Than Paradise was just, this little movie that if somebody, there was so little money that if somebody had gotten the cold, the movie never would have been made. You know what I mean? It's like, that's kind of really lucky thing. And movies so often, it seems like everything should be perfect, and they all, they end up badly a lot of times. It makes me feel a little bit strange.
Nashville Kid, Nadine, Dwight, Tyrone, and the Golden Boys. Let's hear a little something from Earl King, New Orleans' own. A little something called Trick Bag.
I started playing music. It was my sister bought my brother a harmonica for his birthday. And we both started playing harmonica all the time. And then eventually Evan started playing the piano, and I started playing the guitar first of all, and then the saxophone after that.
Hang on. Oh, you changed it all. I need a little more. Can you give me more?
When you playing that melody, I'm gonna be rolling.
You can just go for it.
Yeah, I'm gonna roll and keep doing my play, right?
Yeah.
But then you're gonna go like this. When you go, bam, that finishes. Everything is over.
You want to put the pause in there again?
Yeah.
Okay, so the first pause.
The first
And then
pause,
it's
then that
over.
show's over.
And then we're out of here.
And we out of here.
Okay, I'm all right. If you see me, though, if you see me like that close all the time, give me more volume so I can back off. What time is it?
I did a saxophone solo tour. Like a lot of them were disasters, Sometimes they'd be great, but a lot of times they'd be a disaster, just depending on what sort of was happening with it's like you're so sensitive. It's like, what's happening with my body? If I ate the wrong thing for dinner, or I drank one extra beer, or I didn't drink enough beer, or, whatever the chemical was that I was, inducing myself with. And, but then finally, by doing this tour, after, some real disastrous experiences, that were not all my fault, I did 2 last spring that were really great. And I like doing it. It's not as powerful as the band, but it's actually, I think, more musical and more spiritual. I don't know what that word means, but it means more for me. When it works, it means more.
Thanks. Is a German name?
No.
I don't know if everybody wants to do that. So also, it's like, it's impossible for me to know if it works. I know I like it, But then to know if like somebody, if it's boring for somebody, to just hear the saxophone for 45 minutes or an hour, then it's like, I can't tell you if it's boring or not. I can only play it for somebody and say, was that any good, or, I mean, I'm much more influenced now by music from Bali, music from Tibet, music from like the Pygmies, music in Ganawa in North Africa. This stuff is now available to hear, you know, so that then you start to listen to that. And it's also, the problem with music now is that it's such a business that it's really like you manufacture music like you manufacture soap or you manufacture beans, and it's like, in America, it's not so bad in Europe, but in America, even if your work is so beautiful and so rich and so intelligent, if you don't make $1 million, you're a failure. No matter how great what you're doing is, you don't have the respect. And this is a terrible thing, but this is how it works. And so the people tend to really shy away from making something that's not going to be a commercial success, otherwise it's a failure, you know. Always before there was this attitude that there was an artist and he could do what he wanted for a limited audience and that would be okay. But now that it's like with music or with movies, with painting, it's not so bad because one painting can be sold for so much money. But that's a real problem, you know. what's exciting about it, especially in Western music, is that there's all Western music, and the way people learn how to play is like you know, bar lines, 1, 2, 3, 4, you know, or 1, 2, 3, and it's like everybody is restricted to playing in this thing. So the drummer is da ba da ba da ba da, and the melody is da da. You know, it's like it just. And everybody falls into this phrasing. And what we started to do is we abandoned that thing. And so I would come in with this melody, and we wouldn't figure out what time it was in. And I would play over these drum beats, and almost as though, so it becomes more, it just freed it up in an incredible way.
Yeah, we're going out tonight to break something. We've dined on lemonade and pigeon's wings. We'll set your shoes on fire and then your hair. We're kind of ugly, but we don't care. And Mrs. Brown is in the flat below. All our attentions we do bestow. The kind of neighbors that do things right. We pummel her with all our might. Scooby-Dooby-Dooby, bum, 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 bum. And we're proud of it, yes, we're proud of it. Oh, so proud of it, there's no doubt of it. Yes, we're proud of it, oh, so proud of it. 'Cause that's the kind of guys we are.
There's less sort of frenetic, angry young man sound in the band in the last 2 records, I think. It's not that incredible, you know, I don't think there's as much of that. You know, whereas before that was all we did, you know, and yeah, now it's a little bit more elegant, more sophisticated. I think that the sound is still there, yeah. They're always the same. Though the last album is the only one I'm really happy with. Mm-hmm. There's a couple cuts on other albums that I like, but the last one is the only one I think is completely tiki. Yeah. Because it's not so eclectic as the other records. You know, before we always had like on No Pain for Cakes, it's like here's the tango, here's the blues, here's the atonal heavy metal song or something, you know, and now it's like, I feel like it's more of a unit, you know, more of a thing that, you know, I always liked records like Sgt. Pepper or something like that, places that very slowly take you from one place to another. I always liked that sort of thing, so that I was trying to do more of that. I never tend to listen to records that suddenly change stream so much, you know, and so I noticed that I was doing that, and so then I thought, well, you should at least pay attention to your audience a little bit so that they can enjoy your music as much as you do yourself, you know.
Yeah, but I need 200.
Should we get 1,000?
You like those?
Yeah.
I didn't take that many. I can't help it. I have to try this. Can we hear just the horns and no clickers? Just the horns. No, that's a clicker. Sorry. No, just the horns. That's it? Play. If you got a little horn, play it. Okay, I'll tell you what. No, wait. Okay, wait. If you got a horn, would you raise your hand? Now, I know that I bought 60 horns.
if you read Miles's autobiography, he talks about Coltrane and Charlie Parker as like they really came from another planet. And the things he explains in his book was like they're playing a bebop tune, you know, which is like, you know, it's really, you know, up tempo. And Charlie Parker comes in and instead of playing on the where the 1 and the 3 should be, he's playing on the 2 and the 4. This to me is just like unfathomable. That unless he was just so fucked up that he did it by mistake and for some weird reason it worked, but actually that he would think like that. This to me is just too much to comprehend. There's all these jazz purists who think that you have to play like Charlie Parker to be a good player, but you spend your whole life learning how to play like Charlie Parker, and then where does your own voice come in? There's no point. I think the first thing you do is find your own voice. What's happening?
Play it again, Sam.
I think artists were always businessmen, you know what I mean? It's like, you know, you were a composer in the 16th century, you had, you know, you had to flirt with the queen, you know what I'm saying, in order to get patronage. So that's always been sort of a thing. You have to know how to do that. And people who know how and people who don't know how.
Dangerous. Watch out, I cannot to sweep. Be careful, Lord Kamanovsk.
There's all these shows in America, these fishing shows. They're all over TV now and all the cable channels and stuff. It's 2 idiots sitting in a boat, catching fish, saying, "Oh, isn't this fun?"
Aiò, ragazzi! Ragazzi, the boat! The boat is finished! The water in the boat! Sail! Go in the land! No! Immediately!
And did one with Tom Waits in a lake in Los Angeles where they put 2 tons of trout into this lake every week, in a lake about the size of this room. It's like you can't help catching fish. Everybody, from grandmothers to 2-year-old babies, were catching fish, except for me, and Tom caught nothing all afternoon.
Und jetzt sind draußen, jetzt Moment, wir haben noch draußen Freunde, ja? Wie viel haben wir?
Jetzt geht das los.
Plays on the street, and he's 15 years old. Even if this is a success for him, he still goes back to the same crack-infested block, you know. For him to make it from 15 to 19 without becoming a drug addict will be a miracle, you know. He seems to have, he's not ambitious at all. He just loves to play. he's obsessed with this. So this is the kind of thing, you know, like Mangelsdorf or something. He's just like, he's there. Somebody like me can come along and give him a little bit of a chance to get out so that the world can appreciate what he's doing. Think. I would really kind of like it, actually. Now, say if I'm going to direct this movie next year, it means I'm going to have to start playing music. Because there's no way you can do both. You know, no way you can practice your saxophone for your 2 hours a day. So I want to see what that happens. But I wouldn't mind just totally concentrating my energy into one thing for a year or something. You know what I'm saying? That to me could be exciting. Though always, so far, I've managed to keep things exciting by, you know, the band will go for 2 months and then take 2 months off. I've managed to keep it more, have a playful feeling with things. So it's like rather than thinking about, oh, my acting career and I've got to do a comedy now and then I'll do a horror movie, or keeping the band together where you do gigs night after night and it's just like that's how you're making a living, and it no longer has to do, it's not fun anymore, you know. I think that's important, so I like switching up, but yeah, I'm not answering your question anymore.
Herzlich begrüßen